I'm not.
You're watching WEAR News, the Morning Current on WFGX.
And good morning, yes, and welcome to the Morning Current. I'm Jared Willis.
I'm Laura Hussey. Of all the days, we should have given you a shot of what was going on in the studio right before we came on the air today, because we are literally singing and dancing. I'm not saying it's
well,
good.
3 out of 4 of us are singing and dancing.
I know Jared was getting a bit impatient with it all, but I think all of us are impatient for this afternoon when Pensacola celebrates Keela Richardson as American Idol comes to visit the finalist hometown.
Keela Fest is taking over just about all of downtown, and we're going to be there for all of it throughout the day. Aris Stricker is here to tell us what's in store for all of us.
Well, we've been tracking Keela's Idol journey since February, and now she's bringing that show home. Thousands are expected to be downtown for a parade, a second line, and a concert. Here is the full rundown. The parade starts at 4 p.m., running down South Palafox Street. It starts at Cedar Street, ends at Plaza de Luna. After the parade, they'll hold a ceremony and present Keela with a key to the city. Next, a second line will lead fans to Community Maritime Park. Gates for the concert open at 5:30. The show will be at Hunter Amphitheater. The opener, Kalante Gavin, performs at 6:30, and Keela takes the stage at 7. It's sold out and there's standing room only, but they will have overflow seating at Wahoo Stadium with the concert playing on the Jumbotron, the video board. We checked this morning and you can still get tickets to that overflow seating. It's all free, but you do have to have a ticket and you have to register for them. Mayor D.C. Reeves says this is a big day for Keela and for the city of Pensacola.
We get to do two amazing things at once. We get to have a celebration as a community together, rallying around something that we can all get behind, which is lifting up Keela and her family and in this world spotlight for her. And the second cool thing we get to do is we get to show off how amazing this city is and this community is to 6 or 7 or 8 million people all over the world next Monday.
The crew from American Idol will be with Keela filming everything to use for next week's show. Monday, Ryan Seacrest announced her making the top 3, calling her Pensakeela, and I'm sure you've seen some of the billboards also had Pensakeela. It was also painted on the graffiti bridge after she made it to the top 3. Her fan base is going by the name Keyhive. They're asking everyone going today to wear black and yellow.
And yeah, a couple of high school bands part of the parade at Keela Fest. You got to talk with them yesterday, right? What's up?
I did. Both Tate High School and Booker T. Washington High Schools, their bands have been, preparing last minute. They didn't know if they were going to play in the parade until Monday night. These are students, and both of the directors said that they are ready to turn it around and ready to march.
What is their excitement level? This is such a big national deal.
I think it's excitement with a little bit of nervousness. I don't think they've ever done something this big. They said they've done multiple parades all over town. The Christmas parade, I think Booker T. Washington even has a parade this weekend. But this is the first time it's going to be on national television. So maybe a little bit of nerves that they got to put Pensacola on the map too, right?
They're gonna kill it. It's gonna be great.
They'll pull it off, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Pensacola Mayor D.C. Reeves says the city planned this whole deal, the concert, the parade, the second line in 10 days, with, of course, safety being a big priority.
Well, we're no stranger to big events, including Mardi Gras, so actually they're going to use floats along the route to double as safety and decoration, basically going to use them as a sort of traffic control. At the concert, everybody has to have a ticket. You will be going through security, and you have to know which ticket you have. The amphitheater tickets aren't going to get you into the stadium and vice versa.
The usual concert rules will apply, small, clear bags only. They say this is a joint effort between the Pensacola Police Department, the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, Pensacola Mardi Gras, and ABC's Production Safety Advisors.
Well, ABC does this, right, every year, several times. So also keep in mind there are several road closures planned between 1:30 and 6 as Keela Fest unfolds and really takes over downtown.
Main Street, however, will remain open throughout the parade and the concert. Site plans, still plans for a delay, of course, every now and then perhaps. The parade starts at 4 again on Palafox and Cedar, ends at Plaza de Luna.
After the parade, there will be a short ceremony to honor Keela. Then a second line will lead pedestrians from the parade to the Hunter Amphitheater in Blue Wahoo Stadium. All of this is on our website in case you didn't memorize it all. We got it for you at WEARTV.com.
And we'll be in the mix all day long with live coverage on our website, social media, and right here on television. It all starts at 11 o'clock this morning.
And as they mentioned at some point, the colors for the event are black and yellow, the Keela colors. Brooke made our epic Keela graphic, but I've just got to give a shout out to that dress, especially after the 70s themed number that Keela did Monday night. You are right on it for Keela Fest.
Yeah, I was like, I need a yellow, and I found this dress. I was like, okay, perfect, black and yellow. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, weather tonight going to be looking nice for everything that we are seeing planned this evening. We are going to have some clouds around, so that's the one thing we are going to be looking at. But it's going to look like it's going to be a rainy day. It's really not. We're going to have temperatures in the 80s. We'll have a small chance of rain earlier this morning, but it does look like it's going to be a very small chance of rain. So Keela Fest forecast overall 80s. You'll have partly sunny and warm conditions. You can see right now we're looking at the clouds right now. That's what it's going to be looking like through most of the day. We do have a small chance of rain through the early hours, so that's going to be really starting this morning going until about noon, but it should clear up. If you do see any of those light isolated showers, it'll clear up just in time. You can see 60s and 70s right now, mid to upper 60s inland along the coastline. We do have those mid to upper 70s. We're looking at those calm skies right now. We're dealing with those clouds. We do have cloudy skies, but no rain right now. As you are heading out and about today, temperatures are going to be getting into the 80s. Enjoy your day and have fun if you're heading out to the festivities tonight.
At 7:07, let's talk about traffic for a minute as we look at a live shot of the 3 Mile Bridge. Let you know a couple of crashes. We have reports of a crash with parts of the roadway blocked at North Palafox and East Roberts Road. That's in Cantonment. Also a crash on North Davis Highway. No road blockage there. Keep it in mind.
7 minutes after 7 o'clock now, President Trump announcing overnight that he is pausing Project Freedom, that effort to guide ships through the Strait of Hormuz.
Why? Because progress, he said, is being made toward a deal with Iran. Did not elaborate. There are some conflicting messages from the administration. Hours before Trump's announcement, Secretary of State Marco Rubio affirmed the focus was on Project Freedom, saying the U.S. concluded combat operations in Iran.
The president said 2 vessels were assisted through the strait through Project Freedom. With it now on pause and no deal reached yet, it is not clear when or if ships will be able to pass with oil and other goods.
Gas prices impacting America's bottom line more and more. Gas prices now up 50% since hostilities began, averaging where? $4.50 a gallon across the nation.
We haven't seen prices this high since after the Ukraine war broke out. Kentucky's Democratic governor now joining people in multiple states pushing to reduce or suspend gas taxes to provide some relief for consumers.
Gas Buddy, by the way, says Florida's average gas prices are around $4.46 a gallon. They do list Pensacola in the area having the lowest prices in the entire state.
Yesterday, we asked you to answer this question. Do you think President Trump should take action to directly address gas prices? 87% said yes, 13% said no.
The Navarre Beach Fire Rescue District now has a new interim chief. That is Jonathan Kanzig.
This is after the former fire chief, Danny Fury, was relieved of his duties on Friday. He's been on probation after being charged with a DUI in September. Court records show Fury was arrested early Thursday morning for violating that probation after testing positive for cocaine.
So he was let go from the fire department the following day. Last night, Jonathan Kanzig was unanimously approved as Navarre Beach's newest fire chief. Interim, Kanzig was the Midway Fire District Chief for 17 years, now the Assistant Fire Chief in Pace.
He says he does not know if he will apply to be the permanent chief of Navarre Fire Rescue. We talked to Drew Ruthroff, who is a Navarre resident. He believes fire commissioners should really hold off on filling the role for now.
The upcoming election cycle, we have 3 seats available out of the 5. So there's a good potential or decent potential that this board, the majority of them are new faces after the next election cycle. And I just recommended before putting out the hiring for the new permanent chief that they wait for that election cycle to complete, because the incoming board might not have the same priorities, and that could cause some instability. We're just looking for stability and a long-term hire.
In February, Jonathan Kanzig was served a civil lawsuit from the Lighthouse Christian Academy, the school claiming that he defamed them in 2024 when he was the Midway Fire Chief. Kanzig said this lawsuit will not impact his role as interim chief, and his lawyers have filed a motion to dismiss.
Get your pictures in now. We love to share them on the show. You can use the Chime In tab on our website or mobile app. Just click on that, follow the directions, and we can't wait to share your moments.
Been out of the news for a while, but now she's back. Nancy Guthrie back in the news. Details on her disappearance, new ones, and why law enforcement agencies are kind of arguing with each other about who's to blame.
And a day of hiking turning extremely dangerous. Not the trails, but the animals on it. The men recovering after a bear attack in Yellowstone National Park.
A lot to think about, a lot to talk about, but it's always good to take a break from it all, clear the mind, and enjoy coffee break.
The mystery over Nancy Guthrie's disappearance is now the subject of a disagreement between FBI Director Kash Patel and the local sheriff.
It's been about 3 months since she disappeared. Director Patel now claims Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos excluded the FBI in the search effort for 4 days. Also questioned why the sheriff sent DNA evidence to a private lab in Florida rather than the FBI lab in Quantico.
Yeah, Patel says they could have had this evidence, as much as there was of it, analyzed in days, maybe gotten more information out of it. As you know, there have been no suspects named in the case at this point.
The Sheriff's Department releasing a statement saying their agency and the Guthrie family alerted the FBI immediately, also insisting the Florida lab and the FBI's lab worked in partnership.
The case is far from cold. 300 tips at least have come in the last month. The only apparent break, though, were those images of a masked man standing outside Guthrie's home. Those images came out about 11 days after her suspected abduction. And more than $1 million in reward money is still being offered in that case.
Then we have this. The U.S. Coast Guard now looking for tips in the disappearance of the American woman who disappeared in the Bahamas.
Lynette Hooker, she's been missing since April 4th. Her husband, Brian Hooker, says she fell off their dinghy in bad weather while they were headed out to their yacht and that she was swept away. Now, the Coast Guard says they're asking for the public for info now, and they're also looking for the owners of a sailboat that was anchored near Brian and Lynette Hooker's at the time of the incident.
No information really how the sailboat is connected to the search. Brian Hooker was arrested in connection with Lynette's disappearance, but released days later, not being charged.
And then he left the Bahamas shortly thereafter, saying he wanted to be with his mother, who he says is terminally ill. Now, Lynette's daughter, meanwhile, has expressed doubt about Brian's account of what happened.
Scary stuff here. 2 hikers recovering after being attacked by a big old grizzly in Yellowstone National Park.
This was Monday afternoon on Mystic Falls Trail, if you're familiar with that at all. It's near Old Faithful in Wyoming. Look at the size of those paw prints. The Park Service saying that these hikers were injured by 1 or more bears.
They didn't release a lot more, including the hiker's conditions or the kind of bear involved, but we believe it was a grizzly. Another hiker heard the men calling for help, found the bloody hat, bear tracks, and a watch before finding the first victim.
He says this victim was a 28-year-old man who had injuries to his face, back, legs, and stomach. And he says the man's brother, a 14-year-old, was also injured. Both victims airlifted out of there. National
Park Service closed parts of Yellowstone after this attack. The investigation, they say, is ongoing.
And this case, so mysterious out of Central Florida. Right now, more heartache at a zoo in Sanford where sloths, 13 of them, who were given up by this thing called Sloth World, were being housed. A third sloth out of that bunch has now passed away. Its name was Dumpling.
The Central Florida Zoo in Sanford says was one of the 4 brought in that needed a lot of attention. Investigators say the sloths were being fed the wrong food for far too long. Now it's, they say, a round-the-clock battle to keep the remaining 10 alive.
The Florida Attorney General's office has confirmed a criminal investigation. There's lots more to this story. It will come out as we go along, we are sure.
Always fun to watch an eruption.
Yeah, AJ says we can never say no to volcanoes, and that is true. Volcano video is good.
This is a pretty good video.
Yeah, this is Kilauea on the Big Island, Hawaii, erupting again or still. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This particular little flare started yesterday. The National Weather Service had predicted an eruption in this time frame. There have been dozens of them since, I think, December of 24.
Yeah, this is the 46th this year. They usually last less than 12 hours, but it can sometimes leave ash in the air, but no evacuations.
Yeah, Kilauea, Cam, doing it again.
Yeah.
In Northwest Florida, we have a bit of a cloudy day on tap, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're having clouds around. It's not going to be looking very cloudy. It's going to look like a rainy day, but it's really not. We have a 20% chance of some showers later this morning. Not going to be a widespread rain chance until we head into the end of the week. That's when we're really going to ramp up our rain chances. So rain is in the forecast, but today it does look fairly light, and it does look pretty isolated along that I-65 corridor for most of us, and it should clear up as we head into your evening. You can see right now we do have a few clouds around, but no rain on radar. Going into tomorrow, this is where we're going to start to see a few showers and a few thunderstorms. There's a low end threat of severe weather for that Thursday morning. Right now, it does look like a lot of the range could just stay to the north of our area, and you can see this on our futurecast. There's a look at that chance of some rain this morning. Again, light isolated showers, quick moving. They don't last long, and again, clears out in time for Kila Fest this evening. We will be looking at clouds though, so it's going to look cloudy through the day. Heading into our Wednesday night, tonight we'll have some showers to the north. Still not quite making it to our area until after midnight. That's when we can start to see some of those storms dip a bit further south, but it still looks more north of our area as we go into our Thursday morning. So we're going to watch for any of those storms to go a little bit closer to the south. That's where we could see a few of those showers, but for now it looks like we're going to be on the tail end of this severe threat. So we'll watch it. We can't rule out some of those storms. If we do have any of those storms move in Thursday morning, that's where our severe threat could be as it moves in through those morning hours. As we go later into the day on Thursday, we'll see a chance of a few of those pockets of some heavy thunderstorms. It clears out by the time you hit the later part of your afternoon. The rest of the day on Thursday looking cloudy into Friday morning, and then Friday afternoon our rain chance ramps up again, and we'll have a little bit more widespread shower and thunderstorm chance. You'll be looking at some heavy showers mixed in here. You can still see the bulk of the rain to the north, but we'll have a few of those heavy pockets still making their way to the coastline through Friday evening. We're not done with the rain yet. More rain is to come as we head into our Saturday. You can see some showers starting to make their way in as we head into that Saturday morning. Overall, it is good news. We do have a drought in the area, extreme to severe drought conditions. We do need this rain. Unfortunately, it is lasting into that weekend. So just something to keep in mind for those weekend plans. You can see your rain chances are staying a bit higher as you head into that Saturday, Sunday. We will have your temperatures still staying warm, upper 70s, low 80s through your week.
Keeping an eye on your Wednesday morning drive, we're checking out the live cam at I-10 and Davis, where we see things moving smoothly. Traffic picking up just ever so slightly at 7:20.
Hundreds of beagle dogs, one step closer for a forever home in the great state of Florida after being rescued from that research facility in Wisconsin.
sometimes there's a win.
Yeah.
More than 200 beagles rescued from Wisconsin Research Breeding Facility are now closer to landing in their forever homes in South Florida.
Saturday, the dogs landed at the Big Dog Ranch Rescue. It's all part of the bigger effort that'll save hopefully 1,500 dogs.
Yeah, they came from Ridgeland Farms. It's the Wisconsin facility that breeds dogs for laboratory research. And for the first time in their lives, they aren't test subjects, they're just dogs.
Think about this. Rescuers say this is their first time running around in a yard, interacting with each other. They are getting medical care, vaccines, and socialization, learning the basic skills like walking on a leash and even trusting people.
Big Dogs Ranch says more dogs are on the way, including another 100 later this week. I would imagine they'll find their good homes.
Yeah, pretty sure of that.
I
All
like
right.
beagle dogs.
The latest pop-up in New York City right now claims to be the first ever bookless bookstore.
Amazon's audio book and podcast service, Audible, opens Story House. It's a physical space dedicated to audio storytelling.
Yeah, it's similar to a record store. Visitors can browse shelves lined with physical story tiles. You drop the tile on a listening station to hear a sample of the audiobook.
It's even organized like a bookstore. They've got romance over here, classics over here. They've also got titles trending on TikTok, so that's how you know you're in a new place.
Yeah, no kidding. They have a gallery, a surround sound listening lounge, and a cafe, and yes, the listening bar.
Yeah.
The bartender is also a librarian for real. They're called a story tender. They will recommend titles based on what you are looking for.
Yeah, for now it's a 4-week pop-up for the month of May as the Audible team assesses the response. Interesting.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, look at
Wow.
Josie.
This
That's
is-
so cute.
This is from Kathy Ingram, 15-year-old Border Collie Chow Mix.
All right, Josie, you're a good dog. And I think we have another one.
Yeah, this is from Angela McCurdy. This is Nibbles Leon.
Look at those markings. What a handsome kitty.
Lots more to talk about, including, of course, Keela Richardson's homecoming concert today. We're going to hear from her, find out what drives her, and how she got so far.
7:28, a big day across Northwest Florida as we celebrate Keela Richardson as Pensacola gets ready for Keela Fest.
American Idol is paying Keela a hometown visit today. She made it to the top 3. You know all that. There's a parade, there's a second line, and a concert. All of it, they're going to shoot it for the next Monday's Idol season finale when they crown a winner.
Keela is no stranger to the stage or to WEAR News, really. Back in 2019, she talked to us. At that time, she was a finalist on the BET Network's Sunday Best. Here's what she had to say back in 2019.
I always try to just stay humble and just encourage people around me, those connected to me. On my performances, I watch them all the time, trying to just like critique myself. Say thank you.
Thank you
For
for
watching
watching
my
my
mom.
mom.
Yay!
Nice. Keela's son Drew, her biggest fan back then, and look at him now. In the audience, just pushing for her every night. I think he's probably got his own following on social media at this point.
We got lots of comments on social media about Keela Fest. Teresa says Graffiti Bridge better have her name on it tomorrow. I think it does.
Indeed it did. Donna writes, so amazing this journey she is on. How true.
Brandon says, yeah, safety is key for Keela Richardson. We're proud of you, and it's been a long time coming.
And Pat writes, Keela is a star. Her future is real bright. Congratulations.
I think we'll agree with that, and we'll be there all day with our live coverage on our website, on our social media, and real, regular, everyday television. Live coverage starts this morning at 11 o'clock.
If you want all the details on Keela Fest, from the parade to the concert and more, just hit us up at WEARTV.com.
And the weather is going to cooperate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to look nice for Keela Fest this evening. We're going to be seeing some cloudy skies, but it is overall pretty nice. We'll have temperatures in the 80s. It is going to be a warm one, so just keep that in mind if you are heading out. But overall, we'll see temperatures in the 80s, partly sunny, cloudy for most part, and warm. So Keela Fest forecast looking nice. It's going to look similar to what we have right now. We're warming up quickly, and you're noticing those clouds. Okaloosa Island, you can see a nice little breeze from the south. That is going to create a bit of a ripple on the coast today, so just keep that in mind as well. Now, temperature-wise, it's humid out there, so it's much warmer today. We do have the upper 60s to mid 70s along the coastline. We are going to be warming up as we head through that day, so we will reach the 80s for all of the festivities tonight. You can see your radar is dry, just cloudy. It's going to look very cloudy through the day. We'll have a small chance of rain along especially the I-65 corridor for our Alabama counties later this morning, but it does look quite isolated. Doesn't look like we're going to have too much of the widespread rain. Overall rain chance is just about 20%. Not expecting any thunderstorms. That does change as we head into your Thursday and heading Friday, Saturday. So we are going to be watching some rain that will move in for the end of the week. We'll talk more about your end of week rain chances coming up.
It is 7:32, and this is the flyover towards the 3 Mile Bridge. Not a lot happening there, and we know no reports of any kind of slowdown.
7:31 now. 2 teenagers are safe after a water rescue over the weekend thanks to a remote-controlled life raft.
This is the first season that Baldwin County deputies are using the U-Safe remote-controlled buoy device. It can travel about 10 miles an hour, automatically goes into action when it hits the water. Deputies have deployed it 3 times since the start of spring break.
They say it costs $10,000 for each one of these devices, but the price tag pales in comparison to saving a life.
We asked you what you think about it. Should other counties in Northwest Florida acquire the U-Safe remote-controlled rescue devices?
A pretty overwhelming response with 97% of people in the affirmative.
Let's talk about recycling. Pensacola relocating recycling services to the city's transfer center. That's on West Leonard Street.
And they say that's because of high contamination, meaning a lot of stuff in there that was not recyclable. That's what was happening, they say, at the Summit Boulevard location.
The new location will be open to city residents on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays from 6 a to 4 p. Cardboard boxes must be broken down. Garbage and yard waste will not be accepted.
Let's talk politics.
Let's.
We love it. All right, well, CNN is projecting Vivek Ramaswamy will win the Republican primary for governor in Ohio.
The billionaire biotech entrepreneur ran for the 2024 GOP nomination, was beat out by President Trump. You know this. He went up against Republican Casey Pusch in Tuesday's primary.
After learning of his projected victory, Ramaswamy reminded supporters about his plans if elected governor. Former Ohio Department of Health Director Amy Acton will be the Democratic candidate. The two will face off in the general election November 3rd.
We've talked about this a little bit. There's a new push to bring back a gun buyback program in Pensacola.
It's just like it sounds. Gun buybacks let people voluntarily surrender firearms to law enforcement in exchange for cash or gift cards.
The last time it happened was in 2021. Now a local woman is calling on city officials to do it again. Pensacola Police Chief Eric Winstrom says he's interested in learning more about the possibility of doing it again.
City officials say it would take a council member or the mayor to kind of sponsor a gun buyback event before it could be brought to an official vote.
Well, we wanted to know what you think. Do you think the city should sponsor a gun buyback program? 21% said yes, 79% said thank you, no.
A free speech battle unfolding now at Pensacola State College.
The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, otherwise known as FIRE, is accusing PSC of censoring student journalists.
They say the college stopped students from publishing articles about LGBTQ topics, citing Florida's Stop Woke Act as the reason.
School administrators say they didn't tell students they couldn't print the articles. They say they can't do it with taxpayer dollars.
Well, one of the members of FIRE, Walter Kern, says a nearby bookstore plans, that's not the person we were talking about, I'm sorry, but we do have someone who said a nearby bookstore plans to help fund the student magazine and may be able to publish it.
And yes, we did ask you if you think Pensacola State College should allow the students to publish their articles in the school's magazine.
36% said yes, 64% said no.
On the way, some schools are embracing an interesting change and finding new ways to boost attendance and retain teachers. It's a plan that thousands of schools are trying out. We'll get a look at how well it's working.
And move over Punch. There's a new monkey in town with a fan base that is growing to rival one of our favorites. After being rejected by his mother at birth, this 2-month-old has a 12-person care team and no doubt a huge social media following. Stay with us for that.
That'll be fun. We'll do it in a minute, but first we're going to sit back for a second. Maybe a cleansing breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, followed by a
big cheers tequila, right?
And a big gulp of delicious coffee. Been a lot of talk about a 4-day work week, and now there's a lot of talk about a 4-day school week.
Yeah, a number of schools are trying it. They think it might boost attendance. They think it might retain teachers. One school in Arizona is making the change soon. They're going to go Monday through Thursday from about 8 till 4.
Yeah, the classes will be 60 minutes. Students don't miss out on learning time. Friday, students can go to school for extra help to catch up on credits or use the day to work a part-time job and balance family responsibilities.
All right, more schools apparently embracing the idea, especially, they say, for some reason in rural areas. More than 2,000 schools, 26 states are on a 4-day schedule.
Interestingly, the studies show mixed academic results. Critics argue that perhaps if a student is struggling, they can fall behind under this schedule. They also say some families face childcare challenges with the extra day.
Others see positive results, higher test scores, they say, and better teacher retention.
I know.
And now
we have an unoriginal, no, I'm just kidding. There's another baby monkey who's stealing hearts with his love for a plushie toy.
Okay, so it's not original, but it's cute.
It is still cute.
I'm not judging. Let's look at Yuji. Yuji is a baby patas monkey. Look at that face.
No.
But yet, that cuteness, and his mom rejected him at birth, Jared.
Well, the zoo experts say she's a first-time mom, lacked experience to be able to care for him properly.
Yeah, he's now being cared for by a 12-person team at the Guadalajara Zoo in Mexico. He was born March 3rd and weighed just over 15 ounces.
They say, well, let's do Yuji. He's a patas monkey. He loves sunbathing with his teddy bear. Actually, they gave him the little teddy bear to replace that physical attachment bond that he would normally have with his mom.
You remember Punch in the orangutan?
That's what it was. That's the same. They think he'll probably like Punch, be able to rejoin the group when he's about 6 months old.
Yeah, he's spending a lot of time watching them to learn their gestures, how to communicate, how to play. Even though it's unoriginal, we have room in our heart for both of the monkeys.
Thank you,
All right,
Brooke.
yes. Punch and Yuji.
Punch and Yuji.
All right, all our TV stories can be seen on YouTube.com. Easy enough to go there and search out WEAR News. Every one of our stories is posted right away, and you can enjoy them on your time schedule.
Much more ahead on the WEAR Morning Current. Another of President Trump's cabinet members on Capitol Hill today testifying. The tough questions for Howard Lutnick, including his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Let's head off to D.C. now. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick will be on Capitol Hill today testifying about his relationship with, you guessed it, Jeffrey Epstein.
This is going to be a closed-door interview with the House Oversight Committee. Now, Lutnick is the first Trump cabinet member to face questions in the committee's investigation. He agreed to do what is described as a voluntary interview.
He's faced a lot of criticism over his ties with Epstein. He was Epstein's neighbor in New York for about 10 years, previously claimed to have minimal contact with him.
Later it came out, though, that he visited Epstein's island years after Epstein was convicted of sex trafficking. He also had business dealings with him on a continuing basis.
Now, how about this? There's a new product that could prevent child injuries and death caused by those button batteries.
Energizer is launching what they call the Ultimate Child Shield battery today. Comes in different sizes, and it's made from what they call a proprietary titanium alloy rather than the usual stainless steel.
Now, Energizer says the new material would prevent burning of the digestive tract, which is common when button batteries are swallowed. The Ultimate Child Shield battery also has non-toxic food dye that turns blue when it comes into contact with saliva and a bitter-tasting coating to deter kids from putting it in their mouth.
Now, doctors do say parents still need to be wary of things like children choking on batteries or the batteries obstructing the digestive tract. Button batteries, of course, used in a variety of household projects, everything from toys to remote controls and watches and so much more.
The National Poison Center says 3,500 people in the U.S. swallow button batteries every year. That does include a fair amount of children.
The Food and Drug Administration is now withdrawing the publication of studies that were tracking the safety of a couple of vaccines.
These studies evaluated the safety of, you guessed it, COVID-19 and the shingles vaccines. A spokesperson for the Department of Human and Health Services says the study authors drew broad conclusions not supported by the data.
They also say the withdrawal ensures that all work associated with the agency meets its high standards. Health officials say the COVID and shingles vaccines are safe and widely studied. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has raised questions about the safety of the COVID vaccine and some others. They say
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
no, slow and steady wins the race.
Is that what they say?
He never, well, you
The
probably
rabbit in
never
the
heard
hair.
that one
Not the
either.
rabbit in the hair. What is it? The
Tortoise.
Tortoise in the hair. The rabbit in the hair.
All
Okay,
right, what do we do? Population and tourism.
Yeah, they're hoping that this is going to bring people back even slowly, is what this is.
I would totally go to this, all right.
The snail races?
Yeah,
Let's go.
I would go. Well, later, because we have a slightly bigger event today in Pensacola.
Yeah, I would say it's a little more exciting. We're going to be seeing some good weather for it as well. Gila Fest this evening. We're looking at some clouds now. It does look ominous. I promise it's not going to be that bad. We'll have a small chance of some rain later this morning. It's going to be in the later part of the morning where we do have that chance, but it should clear out in time for the evening. The clouds will still hang around, but we're not going to be seeing our big rain chances until Thursday, and then it does continue into the weekend. So we do have some much needed rain for this week, but thankfully it is holding off for Gila Fest. Right now we do have some clouds around. You can see your radar looks dry. If we do see any of those showers, they would start to form in the next hour or so. Right along the I-65 corridors where we're looking at that chance of light showers today. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a different forecast. We do have showers and thunderstorms that we're going to be tracking, especially to the north of our area. Now we could still see some of those thunderstorms move into our region, and that would lead to a low end threat of severe weather. We're looking at a level 1 out of 5 for severe storms with that chance for tomorrow. So let's take a look at your futurecast. You can see chance of some rain as we go into the late morning. A little bit of some isolated showers could linger into the afternoon, but you can see it's very light and not long lasting. By 3 p.m., we should start to see any of the rain that does form clear up. You'll still be dealing with some clouds, some light winds coming in from the south. It'll be looking nice again. Perfect weather, just cloudy and warm for Gila Fest. As we head into overnight, that's when we'll have showers and thunderstorms starting to form to the north. They will start to dip south, and we will be watching for that chance of those showers and thunderstorms as we head into our Thursday morning. Now you can see where most of the storms are. It's just outside of our area. We'll be watching for a chance that we could see the tail end of those storms. So we could have a few form, but it's not going to be looking widespread on that Thursday morning would be the timeline here before it clears out. While clouds around again for the rest of that Thursday, and then heading into your Friday, we'll see a bit more rain. We're going to be looking at a good, decent chance of some rain. Again, the best chance of those storms will be just to the north of us, but we still could have some heavier showers moving in as we head into your later part of your Friday. Going into early Saturday morning, we'll still have some showers around. We'll be watching for a chance of some rain through those early morning hours. Overall, it is good news for us because we do have extreme to severe drought conditions across the board. So we have a couple of good days of some rain on tap that could help us out quite a bit. Here's a look at that week ahead. You can see our rain chances getting higher as we go into your Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Temperatures will still stay warm in the upper 70s, low 80s.
Let's get a look at I-10 and Pine Forest Road for the moment. Traffic there. We do have a wreck at Highway 29, I believe. And
West Hope Drive, I believe, is the location of that one. We're told it's an accident with injuries, and we are working to find out more from the Florida Highway Patrol. But if that is around the area of your morning commute, take it easy there, and we'll bring you more as soon as it's available.
This is kind of like a horror movie. A cruise to the most remote islands has gotten deadly. Details on the hantavirus outbreak has already killed 3 people, more sick. What is to be done with the passengers? On the way.
All right, 3 people are now being taken to hospitals after being evacuated from that cruise ship that was hit by hantavirus.
They're being flown to the Netherlands and the Canary Islands. 150 on the ship called the MV Hondius. 8 cases of hantavirus confirmed. 3 people died.
The ship has been off of the west coast of Africa. They are going to allow it to dock In the Canary Islands, these remaining passengers have been in isolation, including 17 Americans, and they are still not sure where the exposure came from.
They say it's rare that it'll go from person to person. Usually get it from, rats and other rodents through their droppings and in the food and stuff like that.
Yeah, the biggest risk in homes is cabins, sheds when cleaning out enclosed spaces with little ventilation. And the CDC says symptoms start with a fever, difficulty breathing, fatigue, nausea, and can escalate to hantavirus pulmonary syndrome.
The death rate on this thing is about 35%, and there is no specific treatment or cure, so common sense, don't be messing with rodents or their droppings. Always use gloves to clean up such, and don't sweep or vacuum the stuff because it could get around your house. There you go.
Solid advice there.
Solid stuff. All right.
We have more to do on the Morning Current. We'll be right back.
Well, I just wanted to give a big welcome home to Keela Richardson. If you are going to be heading out to the parade, the concert tonight, it is looking like a decent evening. We'll have a chance of some rain earlier this afternoon, but it should clear up in time, and it's not looking too widespread. 80s, partly sunny and warm. We'll have the clouds around, but looking nice.
And our live coverage starts at 11 o'clock this morning and goes all day.
Wear your Key Hive colors, yellow and black. And remember, we're not only supporting Keela, we are showing off Pensacola to the world. So proud. Let's look good, guys.
All right. With that, we'll say have a wonderful day and a great Keela Fest, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right here.